Hey everybody, it's your boy STI Czar coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia. Just want to do a quick video. I don't want to make this too long. I've had the car for about a year already. I want to talk about some pros, some cons, some of the parts I put in, some of the parts that worked, some of the parts that didn't work, and hopefully this will help out other people who search and try to buy parts and try to make their life a lot easier. So let's go ahead and get this started. Alright, I bought most of my stuff when I first initially bought this car off of Grimspeed. They're a good website. As I've gone throughout the year, I've noticed there's other websites as well that'll have adequate parts, good quality parts. But initially I just bought everything off of Grimspeed. So I got the carbon fiber emblems, one on the front, one on the back. Got that in Grimspeed, and this little stripe in the front. Got that on Grimspeed. All my football or game plates, I get them on Amazon for $10. I got this right here, slide to unlock. I got that on eBay, I think for like $10. I got a LED light bar, 32-inch. I got that on Amazon long time ago. It's one of the most common questions I get. It was a fairly easy install. There was no install video when I first did it a long time ago. More of trial and error. It looks great, I think. I got pulled over once for it though. I guess in Georgia you can't have 5 lights on, so I have my 2 headlights, 2 fog lights, and my LED bar. So the guy was pretty cool. He gave me a warning. That splitter I got on Amazon. I didn't leave the front splitter on, but I just put this splitter with the rods. I think it gives it an aggressive but not too aggressive look. I wanted to go simple with the build. I didn't want to go wide body. I didn't want to go crazy with the canards. Not knocking anybody for that, to each his own, but that's just not me. This is still my daily. I have kids, so gotta pick them up day in and day out. I don't have coilovers. I have RCE Yellows, and they seated pretty well. I believe it's like a 0.8, 0.6 drop. Rides well, almost like stock. Honestly, they're a good price. I think they were like $300 or something like that. I got the body kit around the vehicle. I believe I got that on eBay. It's still holding up well, so which is good. I got the carbon fiber gas cover. I got that on eBay as well. I got that for $40. Tirestickers.com. That's probably the second most asked question I get. I believe I have a video of putting it on. Surprised they even last this long. Cost about $150 when it was all said and done. So it was a pain to do the process because you have to clean the tire so there's absolutely no dirt on it. I think I used like 2 bottles of acetone. Basically you just have to clean that sidewall, just clean it until you get a white cloth and you wipe it, and there's absolutely no dirt or oil on it. So they've held up well. I had to buy another bottle of glue. Every now and then they'll start peeling up. Don't be shy on the glue. So I think it worked out pretty well. I got all these little STI chiclet things on Grimspeed. I think they were like $3. I went with rock blocks instead of rally armor. I just like the way rock blocks looked, the stiffness of them, so they worked out well. I got all these side emblems for the STI on Grimspeed. Flex fuel, I went flex fuel on the car. So I have 1 badge there and 1 badge in the back. So I got 20% tints all around. I got those rain guards from Grimspeed. I think they were like $130. I got this roof diffuser OEM from Subaru itself. I think that was about $100. So I got these reverse cuts. I think they were like $10. I debadged the whole car. I used a hair dryer and some floss so I wouldn't scratch it. So that worked out well. What else did I do? I got the dial dynamics taillight switch So now my brake lights are my turn lights, and my reverse lights are my turn lights, I believe. So I put LED all around so they're bright as hell. Got the Beat Rush tow hook. So I got the rear diffuser on the bottom. I got the Nameless axle back deletes. It's got a nice loud aggressive sound to it. It's got a Bellhouse downpipe with UEL headers. So I took everything apart, I wrapped them. I also got a lava wrap for the turbo. So just to keep the temperatures lower. I think that's about it on the outside. Put some stripes over here underneath the mirrors. So I changed all the light bulbs. So everything's running pretty much as bright as hell. So let's go and look at the engine real quick. First off, I have a stock turbo and I have a stock engine. Everything else has been pretty much messed with. I did everything to the vehicle myself. The only thing I didn't do was the tune. I didn't have the proper software programming. I needed dyno, etc, etc, etc. So I got the IAG AOS Street Edition, which is made for ethanol. You can look on their website, they'll tell you exactly why. It's not atmospherically disposed of. It recirculates all the oil it picks up. I didn't want to get a catch cam because I didn't want to having to dump that out and everything. It's a little bit more expensive. I believe it was $400. Catch cans were like $100. So I did all the hosing, followed all the instructions. So it goes all the way around and whatnot. I got ID 1000s. I did that for the upgrade when I did the flex fuel. Those were not too bad to change. You just got to make sure you know, you're lubing it properly, and you make sure the injectors stick right onto its mount. I took the suicide bars out, if anybody knows what that is, because they were a pain in the butt. This side was a pain in the butt to do. You can tell all these wirings. I had to take out the fuel lines, I had to take off this air pump, battery. I'll be doing spark plugs pretty soon, so I'll be taking all this stuff apart again. I got the Grimspeed 3-port electronic boost control solenoid. That's more for the tuner. You know, it's just, he gets a better reading when he's tuning the vehicle. My car was tuned at TSM in Alpharetta, Georgia. Great shop. I ended up getting 353 to the wheel horsepower and 420 torque, which is great numbers. I peak at 22 psi. I'm around 4,500 RPMs. Does some great pulls. Currently I have an exhaust leak. I figured it out. It's coming from my downpipe to my turbo. So I need to take off my intercooler. I don't know, maybe a bolt got loose, maybe the gasket. I never changed the original gasket when I did it, but that's the lava wrap for my turbo, and that's the wrap for my downpipe. So hopefully it's nothing big. I'm still gonna have to take out the intercooler, you know. So I got a pitch mount on this. I think Torque Solutions, which is right underneath here for all Subaru heads. I custom made that silicone hose in the back over there because sometimes those collapse. So I went with silicone. I got the Perrin silicone there. I got silicone hoses all around. I got these smaller ones from Amazon. I just ordered like 10 feet, different sizes, and I connected them on there. I got the K&N air filter. I don't think it really matters what kind you get. You're gonna get it tuned anyway, so you're not gonna really affect the performance. K&N was the most comparable price. It was about $200, $250, I think. So obviously I got all the Perrin upgrades for the solenoid and for the pulleys and for the radiator. And I got the Mishimoto silicone. I didn't want to go all red, you know, then it would really like oof. So I kept some stuff black. Those are the headers down there that are wrapped. That's the headers again. Probably can't see the uppipe. That wasn't that bad to do. The headers, the uppipe. You just might got to make sure you get the right torque specs for it. I got the adjustable fuel pressure regulator right there. I did it to 43. That's pretty much what almost every car is. I took out these fuel lines, and I actually did them myself. Cobb wanted to charge an arm and a leg for these, so I saw exactly what they did. I bought the little pieces, and I just pretty much just did them myself. This is like $1. This hose is like $4. This I don't know what you call this. That was like $5. This was like $2. So the hose itself is what cost the most. It's a spec hose. So I did all that. I took out the original fuel lines, so you guys can tell. It helps out with the stumble. It doesn't stumble anymore. Anybody who has a Subaru knows it's an annoying stumble from like 2,500 RPM to 3,000. It's so annoying. But unless you drive the car, know it, you won't realize it. That's the Flex fuel solenoid down there. That's pretty much it. I did a little modification. I plugged, I don't know if you guys could see it. There it is. I plugged I don't know what cylinder this is, maybe cylinder 3 or 4. So I plugged that because I heard that causes a stumble as well, and I rerouted the hose. This one, I used to go there. It went straight into the air fuel pressure regulator. And again, I did this all in one shot, so it really wasn't a trial and error. So I'm not sure which one worked, but it works. So it doesn't stumble at all. It's a huge difference. I got this on Amazon. It's just a little cover. It's 50 bucks. Anybody who has a Subaru knows that you get all these little rocks coming from the hood scoop. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna get a blow-off valve, recirculating one, not atmospheric. I'm not gonna get a tune for it, so it'll hold boost a little longer. I don't have to get a tune. I don't have to change anything around. I ran the wires from the LED bar through here from the car. The relays in here, so that was fun to do. I think that's pretty much it inside the engine. I don't think I did anything else. I want to change this right here, the inlet, but I heard that's a pain in the ass to change. I don't want it to ever collapse. So let's go ahead and look at the inside of the vehicle. So this is the inside of any Subaru, if you've ever been in a Subaru. I got the Cobb access port mounted to the windshield right there. I have it set to boost, ethanol, raw, air fuel, knock, dam. I think that's pretty much it. I might be missing one. It runs really well. He tuned it really well. He tuned it very conservative, but to the borderline of aggressive. Again, I have a stock turbo, so you can only put so much limit to it. Everything in here, I didn't do anything much. I got these carbon fiber that are peeling off already. One of the first things I got, little stickers for like $5 on Grimspeed or $10. I put the footwells myself. I bought like a $10 LED strip from Walmart for my feet. Instead of buying it on Subaru or on Grimspeed, they want like $150. So I connected it to this STI light. So basically they're on the courtesy light switch. That's pretty much it. I got this cluster right here. It looks OEM, but this is from a Forester. In order for the LED bar, I didn't want to put a little aftermarket switch to make it look cheesy. I just wanted it to make it look OEM. STI had a cutout here, but it was literally a cutout. I had to cut it out. So I went ahead and I bought this from Subaru. It was $40 and the switch was $40, and it was already here, custom made. I just literally unscrewed this. On the side is a screw too as well. You pull this out, you take these wires off. There's some screws in the back and like a clip. And then you hook it right back onto this one, and this is the switch for it. I connected all the wires to this switch, so now I have a OEM switch for my LED bar. Other than that, that's pretty much in here. There's all LED lights. I got a short shifter. It's from Cartboy, and I got all the bushings, the front and rear shift bushings. That was a bitch to put on. There's not much space to work underneath there. I don't have a lift, so I had to jack it up as high as a jack can go, and I think it was like 24 inches. I'm not a big man by no means, but I do have a little size on me, and I got little pudgy fingers too, so that was a bitch to put on. Everything I've done to the vehicle, I've always looked up torque specs. Torque specs are important, so I want to make sure they're up to spec. I bought a torque wrench from Amazon, and I brought it to a local shop to do a torque check on it, and thank God I did. It was off by 11 pounds, so if they were torquing at 100, my torque wrench was torquing at 89, so anything that I torque now, I have to just make sure I add 11 pounds to it. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I think I got the base model with the limited specs on it. I didn't get a sunroof. I didn't want a sunroof. But I think that's all that's inside. So, yeah. I also got 20mm spacers on the vehicle. It makes the tires really flush into the T. Doesn't have any rub or anything like that, as you can tell. The first thing I got on the vehicle was a high-tech alarm system and a auto start. So we're gonna go ahead and start it right now and see what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. And I also have the rear fog light. It has the courtesy light I hooked it up to. It has a brake light and a reverse light, so it's got the 3 options. It's a good sound. It's not too loud. It's not too quiet. So it's got a nice little rumble to it. So other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think of anything else I've forgotten. The only issue I've ever had with the Subaru was one day I was driving on one of the highways and I hit a bump, and my car just turned off. It just turned off. Everything electronic, everything, and couldn't turn it back on. I called Subaru of America. They sent me out a free tow. They sent it to the shop. It was in the shop for 2 days. But they couldn't figure it out, so they figured out it was a loose ECU negative wire. So the ECU is fine, but when they opened it up, they noticed that there was a wire that was loose. They hooked it up. They were great. They looked at it. They gave it an oil change. This was in September, so everything on my car was modded by April. So I know there's a lot of stories out there of Subaru not looking at cars, or they're turn you away, but they were great. They looked at it, they loved it, they took, you know, some pictures with it. But the sad part is when they towed it over there, the tow truck, it fell off a tow truck, so my whole front end was destroyed. So after it left Subaru for 2 days, it ended up going to a body shop for about a month. Not because of the damage, but because they're supposed to get the parts to make it look original, so they had to get all the aftermarket parts, the light bulbs. So most of the stuff got salvaged as far as parts. Like, it's the same LED bar. So actually, let me just turn that thing on real quick. Oh, and in the vehicle, it's got a security system. When you do the automatic start, if you open the car will turn off. So which is good, and the car will lock. So I went ahead and I started it manually. So right now, these are the gauges. This is my tack. I peak at 22, as you can tell. These are my gauges for my access port. So I got boost, ethanol, dam, feedback knock, learn, and ratio, air fuel ratio. So runs well, runs good. I mean, I've never had issues with it at all. So this is the switch right here, so that'll turn on the LED light bar. That's pretty much it. So let's take a look at that. It's pretty cool. I got 32 inches. It literally reaches span. It spans the whole opening down there, which is a good fit. I haven't had really issues with anything really. That's the Grimspeed license relocator. That's pretty much it. Like I said, the car's been running great. Tuning was great. That one issue I had with Subaru, they were great. I haven't had really any bad luck with them. So I love the car. My kids love the car. My kids picked out the car actually. It's been a year. Hasn't been a grueling year with the car. I call it the Silver Surfer. I know everybody has girl car name cars, which is cool, but I just thought Silver Surfer was fitting. And I take a lot of pride in the car. You know, like I said, everything was put in at home, and the only thing that was done outside of the house was the tuning. So other than that, if you guys have any questions, hit me up. Like, dislike, subscribe, pass it along. I have an IG at the real STIs are, and that's pretty much it. Alright guys, thanks. I figured I'd do a couple revs while I have you guys in here. So this is what the car would sound like in the cockpit. Like I said, it's got a small exhaust leg. I'm pretty sure you guys won't be able to hear it. So